everybody. Thank you.
This is why we get thrown off, because y'all don't know how to act.
Thank you for tuning in. Ooh, that was kind of professional. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Drinks and Discussion. I am your co-host, Melissa Renee.
And I am Avita Nicole.
And I just don't even know what episode this is anymore.
You lost that COVID count. COVID done took your memory.
Well, y'all picked at me so bad for counting. So I just stopped. Because I got tired of y'all talking about me trying to count.
Well, today, y'all, we're just sipping on some Crown
scissor
and Sprite.
We should make
a little bit of fruit in here. Make some what?
Oh, we can't make scissor because they got
That's
codeine.
illegal. What are you doing, girl? I mean, oh my goodness, I don't know.
Have you ever drunk some scissor?
I don't know what you talking about. I just rapped some.
I didn't know what a scissor was at the time. I just thought it was some type of liquor. I didn't know it was codeine in it.
No, it's that and codeine and I don't know. I don't do drugs.
Well, cheers to our you don't do drugs. Cheers to our cheers to our Crown and Sprite with our pineapples and
you know it's a throwback. You like that throwback hairstyle Cardi and Meg had in on the video?
WAP. Girl, I seen somebody put the meme and they said this girl said she can't wait to put WAP as her on her post for all her church people so she could tell them when they act with all praise.
With all praise.
So
how did you enjoy the video, Melissa?
I ain't watch it all. I did. I turned it off. When I see Kylie White ass walk through the video.
I did not turn it off. I watched the whole video. Now I will say this. Even at the beginning, before Kylie came, I was listening. I was like, it's a little, okay, a little stale.
Why do you think it was stale? What was stale about
like,
it?
For one, we done heard this before. It was just so,
it didn't give you
We're
nothing.
saying the same thing, you know.
Kind of like a one-trick pony.
Saying the same thing. Then when they stopped the show child for Kylie, I was like, oh, this shit is officially stale. She was put the mold on the bread. That's it.
Cardi, you had a whole bunch of women of color. Why did you
No, how come she get to just flow in like somebody in the damn Spike Lee joint?
You would have thought
and she ain't shaking her ass.
But really, y'all slowed down and did all that for her, and y'all really make her look like she y'all motherfucking madam or she y'all pimp.
That's exactly what it looked like.
And she above y'all.
Yep.
While she watched the peasants shake their ass.
Yep.
That's what it looked like.
That is what it looked like, ladies.
Like y'all,
and it ain't from no hate standpoint. Shake your ass all you want.
Y'all let her upstage y'all in y'all own fucking video. You should have stopped and slowed it down with Andale. You should have got Trixie ass out there and slowed it. Fuck all you motherfucker with a sick dick,
girl.
But we said that, right?
Yes,
we said we felt like this is our opinion. So if y'all do a remix, Cardi, I think y'all should do a Players Club thing. That would have been tight as hell. And we wouldn't have saw no Kylie in no Players Club. Because there wasn't none of them Kardashians in that shit.
Would have made her ass the diamond.
But why y'all keep forcing this bitch on us? Like, y'all be wanting us to like her. We don't like her. Shit, we like Beyonce. We don't like her, okay? Y'all enjoy her over there in y'all Hollywood world. We don't like seeing her, okay? Her sister, you know. Oh, they just got on Kim, too.
About her?
Cause they said Kim once again with her cultural appropriating ass. When she, I guess people was getting on Chloe, and of course she got to run. They always got to run to each other to defend. Girl, and she called herself going off on social media, child, and at the end talking about period poo. They said, bitch, I know. Okay, so I'm gonna break this down though before I go back to this video. I'm gonna break this down. So I'm pretty sure people gonna be like, why she can't say period poo? It's not that she can't say period poo. That's not the issue or the problem. I just think that right now, at this point in time, they do so much culture vote. They do so much what they call a culture voting. I'm gonna say voting. They're such culture vultures that it's like, in a sense, sometimes I think we as black women feel like we can't have shit for ourselves.
My problem with it, with us having what we do have or whatever we do, it's like we are held at a different standard, like, or I should say, it's criticized more so than her or any other. It's not even just her, but any other Kardashian type person that y'all love to say, well, they ain't white, they fucking white.
They identify as white.
You know, it's whatever they do. I mean, we know they could say stuff and it's cute and it's all kiki and always, ooh, look what she's wearing. Look at those boxer braids. Bitch, them cornrows we've been having in our heads since we've been damn 5 years old, whenever you had hair. Like, cut it out.
Let me clarify. I said she identifies white. So let me clarify when I say that. I would say it like this. Okay, it's a such thing as they say a European Latina. That's what they call them. European Latinos. And they call them that because, yes, they are of Latin descent or Hispanic descent, but as far as culture-wise, they identify with the European culture more so to say. You see what I'm saying? Like, they don't necessarily identify with. So in a sense, okay, no, the Kardashians are not. Well, Kylie is white.
She is.
Cause her mama white and her daddy white. So Kylie is white. As far as Kim, Chloe, and Courtney, they are technically Middle Eastern. They Middle Eastern. So people might say, well, they're not white. Okay, no, they're not white, but as far as their culture and what they have adapted to, what they have adapted to, and they don't adapt to black culture. They adapt more to white culture than they do our European American culture than they do our culture. And even yet, I don't know the ins and out of their religion or, you know what I'm saying, their ethnicity and what they do. But I do know I don't necessarily see them, you know, wearing no hijabs if that's what they do. Or like the raps or whatever with their culture. I don't see them, let's put it like this, because I don't want to be politically incorrect. Let's put it like this. If I would never know just by looking at them. They don't embrace thank you. Their culture. We don't see them embrace their own culture. So that's why, I say that
they're
they
Albanian or something.
Yeah,
they're
Albanian, and I don't see them embrace that culture more than I see them embrace white American culture. That's what culture I see them embrace more than they do their own culture. So what they do, in the privacy of their home, they may do something different, but we don't see that. That's not a reflection to us. So let me say that. But
they
as far
embrace
as
that white culture till they start stealing the black culture.
Yeah, culture vulture. But
but the video, I enjoyed all the black women's posts.
Suki, that's my bitch.
They, freeze curls and they side by side.
They had that in the video too?
Hell no, I saw it on Facebook. I mean, we women got the best of something. And what's up with y'all men who don't like to hear the word pussy? I've seen that. I've seen y'all posting that.
Okay, so I'm going to... I just wrote a post, and I am going to read it. In the post I just put up, I said, so let me get this straight, fellas. Y'all can talk about our pussy, but we can't talk about our pussy. If that ain't some pimp shit, but never mind. And that is to say this. Now, y'all, we done listen to Too Short talk about pussy. We listen to Trick Daddy talk about pussy. We listen to let's talk about a plethora. Snoop Dogg, Jay-Z, you know, we could go on and on about about iced tea. Okay, we've seen so many rappers come out talk about pussy. Now y'all get some women who be talking about they pussy. Now motherfuckers was like, y'all see this whole shit? That's hoish. That's
it's good to know that's what they just want to degrade themselves to.
So why is it okay?
Wet ass pussy. But I'm like, y'all be rapping about that wet ass pussy.
So how is it that y'all can talk about wet ass pussy and y'all don't have one? But when a female talk about wet ass pussy, it's raunchy, nasty, and hoish. Now, if that ain't no pimp shit, and I'm going to tell you why I say that's pimp shit. Because what a pimp do? A pimp make you feel bad for selling your coochie. Bitch, you out here selling your pussy. You ain't got no protection. You don't know what the fuck you doing. Bitch, come over here and let me sell that pussy for you. And now we got a pimp. And now he's selling our pussy and giving us a percentage and putting us up in the house. And now Daddy give me a little money to go buy what I need, and he give me a pop. Like, that's some pimp shit. Like, you basically telling me you don't have the right to talk about your pussy, but we can talk about it, and it's all okay. Like, that's some fucked up
That's
shit.
That's what y'all do. Y'all do.
That's fucked up. What kind of world we live in?
We first seen it on Boomerang. Grace Jones said pussy. And everybody's like, oh, and she was like, pussy.
Pussy.
Everybody knows just when it's coming from a woman, such a strong, raunchy word. Just.
So what do we supposed to say? We can't say nothing.
We can't say that. We can't say motherfucker before we say pussy, child.
We gotta say shit our mama taught us. That's your flower. That's your flower. That's your private area. Like, please stop men with this shit. Then I had a dude on my timeline gonna say, if it was men who was rapping about how big our dick was, then y'all would say it's disrespectful. Y'all do rap about that shit all the time. Since the beginning of time, since y'all can rap. Y'all been rapping about that shit.
Walk around with a limp because your nuts heavy. Y'all do.
But as soon as a woman talk about her pussy, it's a problem. What is this? I'm not.
And it's for y'all women too, who just can't just take the word.
And no, furthermore, what's the crazy thing is, how y'all mad at them singing this when the sample they using is a nigga talking about these hoes? That's a nigga song talking about it's some hoes in this house. Furthermore, are we forgetting about Lil' Kim, who basically said, I used to be scared of the dick. Now I throw lips on the shit. Handed it like a good bitch. This bitch talk about how she put a whole Coke, she could make a whole Coke can disappear in her mouth. And nobody had a problem. We was all vibing to this shit. Cause she ain't say pussy, but she said pussy.
She said pussy. You right. Well, cause she had a pimp behind her. She had Biggie.
She had Biggie and P. Diddy. That's what I told you. I told you. It's that pimp shit. We can't exploit ourselves and get our own money. They can exploit us and make money off of it, but we can't exploit ourselves and make money off of it. Because if you think about it, when I put myself out there, it ain't really exploiting myself if I'm gaining and making some money out of that shit. It's not. I call it liberation with fees. Run me my money. Like Ronnie off of Players Club. Yeah. I'm just saying. That shit crazy to me. Niggas, I think we need to get our priorities together. Y'all be mad at some crazy shit, and I don't be understanding it. And I really feel the niggas who been talking shit is the ones who you probably don't watch the shit like 5, 6.
They probably done seen it about 10 times.
They probably damning off a damn Friday after next, ain't they? Grind this. David had that lotion. That's what it is. Like, I don't know. I'm just confused, man. I think y'all need to kind of make up y'all mind what it is that y'all want. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If y'all have a problem with women speaking on their pussy, then I think men need to shut the fuck up and stop rapping and speaking on women pussy too. Just be quiet. So we ain't none of us gonna talk about pussy.
We won't say pussy.
But I will go watch it. I was
Gotta
stomach.
watch the video.
I was stomach through.
I mean, it was.
I stomach through what's her name? Kylie. I guess I stomach through her. Why y'all got? Did you see the petition?
Oh,
Did you see the removal?
I seen that child.
And they almost had all the signatures, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But you know,
I seen it. It was like, I mean, you let her take away from your little video anyway. You stop the show just so she can walk out.
yeah.
You can hear her heels clickety clacking.
But you did speak on something when you was talking about when you was like it's the same old same old.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to kind of touch on that because I do feel like when we're talking about like Meg the Stallion, Cardi B, Suffiana, I Love It, City Girls, I don't take away from their craft, and I love the fact that they give a different perspective and point of view for women. You know what I'm saying? Okay, because it is some women who out here like they feel liberated when they pop that ass for cash, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, this is very telling to say how much you limit yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because it is going to get to a point where people view like, well, in the artistry, is that all you have to offer me is to talk about your pussy? Because it does get monotonous, and I say that to say I listened to a City Girls album. You know, their new album. I listened to it, and it was cool. But I'm not gonna lie, like I wrote on Twitter, I said, I respect the fact that they feel liberated on being themselves and they're genuine. But I'm not gonna lie, is that an album that I feel like I could play? It's a timeless album that I would listen to all the time. I would not, only because it gets to a point where it's like, how many songs is you about to talk about how your pussy and how you fucking niggas and or scamming niggas at their money?
I was about to say Robin.
Yeah, like it starts to get to, it's going to get to a point where I hope, because they're young now, they're having fun, but I hope they eventually, start to grow and talk about other things, because in reality, and maybe, I get it.
They're going to be over for the most part.
And I get it.
Not all y'all. Hopefully not, but they ain't about to grow with it.
They're not.
They're barely making music.
But you know what? I know why they're not. I can see one reason why not. Because if your whole brand and image is about how you dogging these niggas out and fucking them, and you scamming, or you taking this bread from this nigga, I guess it don't really make sense to talk about heartbreak, because you gotta act like you don't fall in love. I guess it makes sense that you can't talk about a nigga cheating on you because you're supposed to be a player and you never get cheated on. So it gets to a point where you start to become unrealistic and unrelatable, because truthfully speaking, women, we go through shit. The only one. Yeah, she's the only one who has talked about other stuff. But that's because Cardi B has a writer. You see what I'm saying? Cardi B got somebody who writes for her. You know what I'm saying? Who, as a matter of fact, sent her the song, was like, Cardi B, I could see you doing this song. When she did the song, what it was?
That one when you broke her heart song?
Yeah, the one when she was looking like Kill Bill in the wedding dress. She was like Kill Bill. But like I said, it comes to a point where you become unrelatable, because as much as women, you can see all day long and try to play like you a savage. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, we do get heartbroken. We do get sad. We do get played. Hence the reason, like, that lady ran over that fucking man and killed his ass. Because I don't know.
He looked dead. He looked dead.
Juan said he looked dead too.
I mean, he ain't moved at all. He been bleeding. Lord have mercy, honey. But that brings us into something next about people not, like, no, you can't do that. Ladies, you can't run over him because he cheated on you for 16 plus years, however long it was.
She said that
she was ranting and raving, child. She was angry. You gotta see. I mean, it's like, it was disturbing. I was sitting there watching like, oh my God. I'm pretty sure they took that shit down. I don't know. But it
But
was.
she
I
in
mean,
jail
he's
now.
laying there like bleeding, not moving.
So
it's like
somebody was
bystanders. There are multiple bystanders. It was like they were kind of scared because like this bitch done fucking murdered him or kill. I don't know. He down there. He bleeding. The fucking I see a bumper laying on the ground. She picks that up and slams it on top of him. I mean, somebody moved that off of them, but it ain't like nobody tried to, Because
they probably was like
this, yeah, it was bad, but, we sit down, we blame people for doing to us what we allowed them to do. Honey, you allowed whatever that man did to you allowed that shit for all them years. It ain't I seen a lot of women like, a woman scorn or, sometimes that shit just push you to the breaking point, fellas. Y'all see this? Like, no, it does not matter. Nobody is forcing you to stay with some man who cheated on you all that long time and then you run them over. No.
I guess that's like, and you know what? We can't say that because that would be like a man justifying why he went and beat up a woman or shot at a woman because he found out she cheated.
She was cheating.
Or, or she was using him. And if that happened, the first thing most women would say is, oh, niggas can't handle, they don't know how to deal with their emotions. He didn't have
that shit out, but they can't take it.
They can't take it. Like, and it's kind of like, I feel like women are turning into the people who you say, we spoke vocally of how we felt men was treating us, and then it's like now we turning around and doing the same thing. And it's like, it's kind of redundant. We can't say how horrible the treatment that men was doing and then do the same thing because that makes us hypocrites. So it's kind of like you gotta kind of take accountability. And let's be real. Let's have that conversation about women putting their hands on men because we done seen it, we done it. You know what I'm saying? And in reality, especially now me having a son, like I ain't necessarily with no female putting their hands on my son and taking advantage of it because they know that if he was to hit them back, they would take that shit and run with it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you know in that situation that could ultimately be his demise as far as him going to jail, you know what I'm saying, or ruining his character, then keep your hands to yourself.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I don't want to make this like a women versus men thing. I want to make this a people thing to say that people, keep your fucking hands to yourself. No, a man should not put their hands on a woman, but a woman should not put their hands on a man. If you don't know how to communicate your emotions and your feelings better than that, then you need to walk away. But you do not have a right to put your hands on somebody's child, somebody's father, somebody's, brother, whoever, because you upset and you don't know how to control your emotion. That is not justified at the end of the day. Because if that man go and hit your ass back, you gonna be like Yvette. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? And I never understood that part when Jody said that on Baby Boy, but he said, you blacked my eye too. I get it now. I wasn't receiving it then when he said, you blacked my eye too. Because that shit probably really hurt that nigga too.
Women, you can't do that.
No, you gotta find a better way. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the best
There's so many shit you can do. Cut out the armpits. Cut out the armpits of them shirts. Cut the seats out the shirt.
And you shouldn't
bleach
have
the
to do
clothes.
all that. You should just leave.
But if you need some instant gratification, but you going to jail because you are ruining people's property. And I'm not gonna
have proof.
I'm not gonna condone that either.
Hit 'em.
Cause I seen that video when that nigga got mad at his girlfriend, and she came home.
Her makeup was in the sink.
No,
I seen one like that.
She came home and she videoed that nigga fucked her house up.
Oh,
That
wow.
nigga bashed all the lamps. He bashed her glass table. He threw everything out the refrigerator. He fucked up her couch.
Oh,
He
no.
fucked that house up. She was like, y'all see this shit? He fucked that shit up.
Oh.
He fucked it up. So that's another thing. Don't be around here going on fucking up missions, cause don't feel no way when that nigga fucking shit up.
People just leave. That's all I gotta say.
You was like,
Just leave. I mean, we've all had our moments, you know, but if you have the opportunity to give advice to someone who is going through those situations, give them the advice to just leave. Just let it go. Just leave, because the shit ain't worth it. Because it will always end bad. It would always end bad. It'll end bad with your house being fucked up, your ass getting ran over, or your ass getting shot in the foot. Just leave.
But you know, it's a generation out here who think that like toxic relationships is like
The norm, the
cool
thing.
and the norm, and it's the thing. The producer was telling me he saw a picture, and they put up the picture of Left Eye when they put up a picture of Left Eye when her mugshot when she went to jail for burning that house, and the caption was like, "This is what I'm talking about. This love right here." She burnt down his house. She burnt down his house. He bailed her out of jail, and then they went, like that's love. So he said a guy came in. He was like, that shit is not love. She burnt down his house because he just finished beating her ass, and she got upset, and she burned that shit down, and then went shopping. That is not, and that is the sad part. People think that is toxic behavior. Don't y'all? If you in a relationship with a motherfucker and y'all got to be fighting and stabbing and burning shit up and tearing shit, that shit is not healthy. And I guarantee you think that shit cute now, but that shit
will never get better.
No, that shit gonna escalate, and somebody ain't gonna live to tell about it. That's I'ma just say that.
Man, seriously, that's serious.
That might be but you said you were speaking on how that might be like a mental.
I think it stems from childhood, from people just, it's a mental instability or insecurity.
Yeah.
You know, it could be either or it could be both. It could be, maybe as you get older and the relationship, you just not knowing how to handle it. So mentally, you just kind of break down trying to figure out how to control the situation the best way you can.
And you can't
or it could just be an insecurity that you always had from when you was younger. Just wondering why this person doesn't want you the way that you want them to want you. Or treating you the way that you want them to treat you. And you can't make people do anything. You couldn't make a child play with you when you was a kid if they didn't want to fucking play with you. Mm-hmm. So you can't just go telling somebody, hey, they won't play with me, or hey, he won't stop cheating on me. Mm-hmm. She won't stop cheating on me. She won't, be with me. Like,
stop cheating on me. But here's the thing. I feel like, through my situations and experience in life dealing with men, I feel like, men can try to be manipulative and, I really like you. These hoes is for everybody. They don't mean to me what you mean to me, and on and whatever. But I feel like deep down inside, we as individuals know when somebody really has the best intentions for us and really love us. And it's kind of like we want to believe what we want to believe. And then we have
in our mind the hope that, maybe it will be different this time.
Because this time he shed a tear. He let that one tear fall down. Mm-hmm. So you think that, okay, he cried this time. You know what I'm saying? Or he had helped me put my seat.
He buckled my seatbelt this time.
He called me this time and made sure I made it home safe. He never used to call me, but people going to, when it's a situation when people feel like they're about to lose something, they're gonna do whatever it takes to get you back. But that don't mean that. And even with that guy, he might think, you know what I'm saying, he wants you because this is what he's grown accustomed to and this is what he knows. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he very well know he don't want your ass. You know what I'm saying? He just don't want to know how it feels with you not being in his life and being around.
Yep.
He don't want to know the absence.
Don't even want to fathom the thought of somebody else occupying your time.
But that don't mean that's love, though.
No, that is not love.
That don't mean that's
just control.
Yeah, that's what that is.
That's control and manipulation. Men and women do it.
Yeah.
You know, so. Men
and women do it. You right. But I'm gonna tell you one thing.
Y'all better keep y'all hands to y'allself around here, because I know one thing. When my boys get older, they ain't about to have no bitches just hitting up on me.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Because let me tell you something. I'm going to tell my son not to be hitting no woman. But I damn sure going to be like, call me. Now, my son might not can't beat your ass. But, bitch, I'll show the fuck up. And it's woman to woman, bitch. Woman to woman. It's woman to motherfucker. But you know what? I was talking about, so it's just so many, like, double standards in the world and so many things.
I mean, it is. That's the way of the world. It is.
It's so many double standards, and it got me to thinking about the situation with T.I. daughter, right? And T.I., right? Mm-hmm. So, I think the girl, she's pregnant. What's her name? Zonquinique, or Neek Neek, as they call. And, you know, my husband made the statement. He was like, you heard about her being pregnant? I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I don't think T.I. was too happy about that. And I was like, why? She's 24. She a grown-ass woman. So he was like, I just think he expected more. I said, what more could he expect? Because the guy she got pregnant with, she's been with for a while. I think a couple of years. It ain't like it was this freshly new guy she just met. Mm-hmm. And I believe they've been living together. So the only thing I could think of that you would be disappointed is what, they weren't married, and married doesn't constitute anything, because you can marry somebody and divorce
it has nothing to do with that. It has what she sees as what a marriage is, because you married to her mama and look at the shit you do. So what's the fuck is a marriage? What does that mean? It doesn't mean that you're gonna be faithful.
It sure don't. That's what I said. I said
that means nothing.
I said he can't really put that. I said I hope that's not the case, but he can't, because he can't put that standard on her as marriage, because of the simple fact, one, like you said, you ain't necessarily gave her the symbol and the good representation. You didn't give her a good representation. Foundation, yes, of a good, healthy marriage. Like, she had to hear about you cheating on her mother several times in the media. Then on top of that,
all these other churn.
You done had outside children. And then even when you had, like, start having babies with her mom, I think King, you wasn't married when you had when she got pregnant with King. I think they got married after she had King. That was the first baby she had by T.I. I think they got married after the fact. So if you sum all of that up, that's not like what she's supposed to take that as. So I definitely hope if he felt some type of way, I hope it wasn't because she's not married, because you already let us know marriage don't mean a goddamn thing. Mm-hmm. But I said the crazy thing is, had that been his son, he wouldn't have been disappointed and been like, oh, you need to go marry that girl. It wouldn't have been the same thing.
You don't think he would have said it?
I know he wouldn't have said. No, he wouldn't have said that shit. Only reason I know for a fact he probably wouldn't have said that is because when he did the situation with his other daughter, Deja, her mother came on, and when her mother was like, you know, you want to talk about how you went and checked her out and all this, and she was a virgin. She was like, but so you go to the doctors with your sons and make sure they still a virgin? Do you have a conversation with your sons and say, are you a virgin? Better still be a virgin. And he couldn't say nothing. He was just like, well, I mean, so she was like, no, you can't say it because you don't. Because you hold your daughters on a different standard than you hold your sons. Your sons can be out here having sex and not be a virgin, and that's fine.
That's the double standard. Because I've seen where guys post, like I seen a post I can't remember who posted it that said, because the girls was talking about they pimping, they sleeping with 2 guys, and it's like, oh, you just letting 2 niggas fuck. You ain't
Objection.
And yes, I see you. Like, so it's still not cool because a guy is out here fucking multiple girls. He look just as used up, just like that female does. Let me tell y'all men something. If y'all don't think women sit and talk about y'all hoeing ass, oh, we do. We talk about y'all hoeing ass just like y'all talk about them hoeing ass girls. Like, ooh, everybody done ran through her.
But because let me tell you, y'all don't know that women do. What women, the same way y'all don't like, women do not like to sit in amongst people, the public, whoever, and talk about their man and have girls like, or have somebody like, who your man?
And no woman want no community.
Oh, child, I heard he was fucking this person. Nobody, and even that, even if he ain't fucking that person, no woman wants to hear if they sitting around at the salon and they like, oh, you date who? You date Roger? Oh, child, that nigga done dated.
Used to date
such and such.
Oh, yeah, no, that wasn't me. That was my cousin, such and such.
And Tisha dated him.
Call it sister.
And he been shit.
Like,
he done been with. And that don't make us feel. You think we want to go with a nigga who everybody done fucked them? We don't feel special. Now we sit here wondering like, well, damn, nigga, is you? When you about to leave my ass? Like what what's going on here? Like nobody wants a nigga that people can talk about. The same way
you don't want a female.
Thank you.
That everybody could talk about. Don't nobody want that.
We don't want that. We don't want that. And then you wonder why the girl be insecure. And she like, well what is this? That's why. Because she honestly embarrassed to your ass because you been out here fucking so many damn women. Just to be honest. And the older y'all get, the less attractive it is.
Like, now you the old hoe. Shit. Like, that shit ain't cute. Not for a man. It is not cute. Not at all. Fellas, don't act like that shit cute. Cause all you is just, oh, you just a nigga fucking a bunch of girls. That's it. She a woman fucking a bunch of guys. It's the same. Either way, you getting used.
So if she ain't a pimp,
you somebody booty
you
call.
ain't a pimp either. You just a hoe cause you getting fucked too. They fucking your ass too. Okay? You know what I'm saying?
And y'all talk about them $40 girls, them girls who do it for meals.
Okay.
At least they getting their meals.
And trust me, and women talk too. They talk about your little secret little kinky quirks that you like in the bedroom. That's embarrassing.
They do.
You know that nigga like you if you take his pinky toe and you stick it in your ass, girl. He like that, girl. Don't tell me that, girl. Then they be right here calling him pinky toe. Y'all there go pinky toe.
You wonder why when you come in they call you pinky.
Pinky toe, child. What? You know what? Now that we talk about that, I got a question. So here's a question. Since we're on the subject of men, and you know, do you say to the man who is not very well endowed, but is looking for love?
You better learn what that mouth do. Ain't that's what men say?
Because, you know, I was just talking, and it's like, I've heard some stories, I have my own, of, you know, situations, and it's like, and they always seem to be the nicest ones. They so nice, and you be like, oh, you know.
I ain't gonna say they always nice. They either nice or extra.
Oh, they arrogant. Yeah, they're real arrogant.
Yeah.
And we know why. They gotta make up for the lack of things below. But I just, because we talk about that too. I hope y'all know that. We talk about the
and we talk about the same thing y'all talk about. We know y'all give eye contact when you know somebody done. You be like, the next time she come in here, I'ma give you the look, dog. And you be like, and then when she come and get a look, you be like, oh, that's the one, such and such and such and such. Oh, or that's the one they said, her pussy stank. You know, women do the same thing, child.
That's him. Girl, he only lasts about 3 minutes, child. He couldn't last no longer. You talking about something, he was tired. He just got off of working 12 our shift.
You wonder why they call you quick. You think it's
Then he turn around and give you that Ike turn to me, look quick.
Quick.
Who you be like?
What was it? No, that was on Harlem Nights. That was Eddie Murphy's name on Harlem Nights.
Oh yeah, that was Harlem Nights.
Thinking that's the reference. No.
Oh, Boomerang is the perfect example how the tables can turn. Cause you see how they treated that nigga.
How they treated him. Yeah, like a hoe.
They treated him like a hoe. Mm-hmm. They did.
And
when he started getting all lovey-dovey with it, she was like, girl, this nigga all in love.
Now he in love and shit. Same thing, y'all. It's the same. It is the same.
So at the end of the day, let's stop being judgmental. And let's stop making this about men versus women. And let's just be realistic in that we are people. We all are human beings at the end of the day. I do think it's some type of difference when it comes to men, though, and women as far as, I think it's certain things men don't get, or they don't, it doesn't translate to them the way it does to us.
Like what?
Like, I think for men sometimes maybe certain things be like real innocent because they don't put much deep thought into stuff. Whereas we might put a little more deep thought into stuff. Like, like for instance, I use one for instance when, you was talking to a dude and, maybe you was talking to him like every day for the past 3 months. Mm-hmm. And then he stops calling, right? Mm-hmm. So, of course, you talk to him every day for the past 3 months. You have you gotta have some type of feelings and interest to entertain him. Mm-hmm. So when you don't hear from him, you become worried, right?
What's going on? Okay.
Not necessarily worried because you all in love and you sprung, but worried because you do care, and you like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Wonder what happened to this nigga, because the last thing you want to know is like, girl, that nigga got shot, because you kind of in the in-between stage. Because you don't sit in the position to be the girl or the woman.
So you feel like sometimes men just don't look at stuff that way?
They don't look at things that way. Mm-hmm. They wouldn't look at a situation like they don't, like if they're not interested in the girl anymore, they moved on and they got, big, another interest. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't say, like, yeah, I want to kind of slow this down a little bit. Mm-hmm. I enjoy talking to you. I enjoy getting to know you. But I want to kind of slow this down. And I want to tell you this because I don't want to mislead you. Or, I don't want to just up and vanish and not speak to you no more. And you be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, men don't do shit. They don't think like that. They'll just be like, And I don't know if it's, because sometimes women might take things and overthink it. And be like, oh, like he's trying to play me. But I don't even think they just put that much thought in it. Like, they done met somebody else. They start talking to her. She piqued their interest. They might have a little bit more in common. Or they got one particular thing that they're
just like, I'm not answering her.
So they don't even, well, I ain't even talking about the not answer. I'm just saying how the phone call stopped. Yeah, and they not thinking. They not calling you because they caught up with this. Now, as far as if you call and they not answering, I think that's more of not knowing how to break it to you because they don't want to hurt your feelings. So they don't know how to say, well, I think you cool. I just want to kind of slow it down.
I've done the not call.
Or they don't want to call and say that because if they do, then that allows the woman to, okay, I know what it is, and now I can move on how I choose to move on. And if they tell them that and the woman move on how she chooses to move on, when they ready to come back now, saying the woman be like, oh, well, hey, okay, well, I got a date, or, I'm a little occupied, but I'll call you back. And it's like, okay, I'm not expecting to be at your disposal at your time. But if I don't say nothing, if I go ghost and don't answer, and when I call back and make a good fucking excuse, like, yo, I I was going through a lot of shit. I had lost my
been
job.
working.
I had to work. I had to get a second job. My car broke down. You know what I'm saying? No, even though we know your car ain't broke down, because we rolled by your house and seen the motherfucking
car been gone.
car been right there. You know what I'm saying? We
They
seen
been
that
at the
shit.
movie theater.
We seen that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
I think that goes both ways when people don't know how to communicate.
Why? Cause you do it too?
Cause I've done that. I've been talking to a guy and just not talk to him no more.
Well, I'm not cruel like that. I just ain't never talked to a guy and just not.
And let me tell you,
I've ran out of the house and left his door open.
Well, that's worse.
I talked to him after that.
I've talked to a guy and be like, I think we should just be friends. And then it's like all the questions come and it's like, damn, just respect my wishes. Don't blow my phone up extra, because they'll do that too. They'll call you extra. Like, I just told this nigga yesterday. Like, you know, why are you calling me?
So what you tell them exactly?
Today?
What did you used to say exactly?
I got things to do. I'm talking to multiple people, which you've known that. And I just don't want this to go too far. I'm not ready for a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had guys like, oh, I ain't ready for a relationship either. But then it's like, well, you called me 3 times yesterday. I was busy.
Well, I think you should have been honest and said, I met somebody I'm more interested in.
I was young. I didn't know how to communicate.
I met someone I was more interested in. See, I ain't never do nobody like that. I ain't never just left a nigga hanging.
You put them on hold.
Who did?
Because somebody else outside, maybe. That makes you better.
I called them back.
She spreads her time equally.
I
That's
do.
the only difference.
I did. I didn't cut them off.
I didn't know how to multitask.
I just, hello, I'm going to call you back. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. And if I went out and I put them on hold and went outside, when I came back in, I called them back. Oh, I'm back. See, I ain't never leave. And then niggas left me, you know what I'm saying? They left me in the air. I ain't never leave no nigga in the air. I talked to them. I said if I wasn't dealing with them anymore, you know what I'm saying? Let me think. Yeah, they would know. I don't think I ever just. Oh, wait a minute.
I had to give a special ring to. Like, oh.
I did. My bad. Oh Lord, I did have one. I put no, don't answer.
See, and it's probably because he didn't get the damn hint.
I didn't tell him no. He didn't get the hint because I ain't say nothing.
Because he probably wouldn't have followed it up anyway. He still would have been called. There's some people out there who like that.
And he asked to use my phone. And he asked to use my phone. He said, because I wouldn't answer, but we have mutual people. So when we'd be, in an event or gathering, he'd be there. So one time he was there, and he was like, oh man, I'm trying to find my phone. And he was like, can I call? I should have knew that wasn't set up. You was a trick, but that was the oldest trick in the motherfucking book. Nigga, you got me. But anyways, he asked me, could he use my phone? And I said, oh yeah, you can use my phone. I ain't thinking about, I'm drinking, saying buzz. You can use my phone. So I ain't thinking, I forgot I got him on the door.
Do not answer.
Do not answer. So he calls his phone, and then I was like, oh shit. By the time I had remembered, so when he handed me the phone back, he was like, oh, thank you. So I was like, yeah, okay. And I look and I see he got his phone. Oh shit.
Oh, thing. Well, see?
Oh my goodness.
He probably initially was going to try to sneak through your text messages or something, and instead.
He probably was about to see, I wanted this bitch be answering my phone calls. I don't know. Maybe he was trying to call his phone, and I just.
Either way, when you type in your number, the shit pops up. It's what it saved as.
I put do not answer.
Lack of communication.
I put do not answer because his name was the same as somebody else's name in my phone, and I didn't want to try to keep figuring out which one this is. So I put do not answer
because the one you ain't want to talk to. Hypocrite. Listen to her, y'all. Men and women do it.
Oh,
We all. I would say one of the major things
hey,
we
well, you know
have.
what? We do it and get mad when the shit gets.
Yes, we do. But I would say one of the major things that's probably a difference with us is when it does come to like our emotions and emotions tied around sex and all kind of stuff like that. Like, you know, yes, we are on different playing fields. We are.
On that?
Yeah.
You think women are more emotionally mature?
We are more emotionally invested into things.
Why do you think that is?
I mean, and when
just
I say
naturally?
that, just not even whether it's the relationship, it could be within ourselves or anything that's going on, because our emotion is tied to a lot of different things. It affects us differently. It's going to affect our mood. Our hormones could cause some effect on it. We just,
you know what, we are, because I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna have a real transparent moment. Okay, so the first guy I was sexually active with, I was 19, and now that hindsight 2020, when I think about it and look about how he was, how we engaged, he always had. Oh, thank you. He always had a very nonchalant attitude. Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, now that I look at that, like, why would I think this nigga was really into me like that? Because your actions didn't really express that to me. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you didn't, you would call me every day. We would talk, every day before you would go ghost sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But are you calling me out of convenience because was you lonely, you bored? Or are you calling me because you really want to talk? Because it came off, well, I'm not going to lie. It wasn't like, because I don't stay on the phone with motherfuckers that don't have conversation and we just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So I can't say that our conversations was just like, I'll be talking and he just be like, you know what I'm saying? But I would say like engaging with him.
Right.
It wasn't like, it just didn't seem like he was present. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, how the fuck
what are you talking about?
So how did I get so invested in him and like him so much when it wasn't reciprocated? Like, how did I read that shit as I really like it? Because let that have been another type. If it wasn't a male female thing, let that have been a girl that we was in school with and we tried to talk to them and they be like, yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We'll be the first. I don't think that bitch like me. She be acting so like, nonchalant and shit. Like, fuck that hoe.
Women don't do that with me.
We don't
see it that fast. I think.
But when it's a male, we be sitting right there like, oh.
I think sometimes it's because I really don't know. I think it just depends on the experience. I think that experience for you was, I wouldn't even say he was like your first real boyfriend because you supposedly already had one before that.
But here's the crazy thing. I'm going to tell you the crazy fucking thing about it. When I met him, I was disinterested.
So
like,
you was nonchalant.
I was disinterested because, you know what I'm saying? If you want to know what hot girl was, girl, you should look me up back in the day, right? So, I'm ready. I got my hot girl shit on. Yeah. I'm about to go to the club. We drink. I'm feeling good. Yes. So, we pull up to the club. He go these niggas. So, I'm like, yeah, nigga, we about to go in the club. Cause I'm about to twerk on somebody motherfucking sign up in here tonight. And they was like, the girls I was with, they was like, well, no, girl, let's talk to these guys. So I'm the only one in the car pouting, like big mad, like, I'm sitting in this mama like, man, nobody fucking talk to they ass. Like, I won't go in, I won't talk to these lame ass niggas. So he was the only one left, in the car, in his car, and I still been in my homegirl car, and I just been like, waiting to go in, and he was like, you know, you should come over here and talk. I don't want to come over here and talk. But no. And when he came and sat in the car with me to talk to me, you know, at first I was not giving.
Standoffish.
I wasn't giving him no rhythm. I wasn't giving back nothing. I was just like, okay, nigga, so you know what I'm saying? And yeah, as we started talking, I'm like, okay, you ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? You kind of cool, whatever. And you know, we exchanged numbers, and even then, I still wasn't like, oh, you know what I'm saying, this nigga gonna call me. It was just like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Ain't thinking nothing about it. And then, okay, he calls me, and I'm talking to him like, okay, cool. Calls me the next day. And then, you know, as time came, like, we talking all the time on the phone now. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm getting to know him, and I'm like, yo, this nigga cool. I like this guy. You know what I'm saying? So that's the crazy shit. Because it wasn't like when I met the nigga, I was like, I can't wait to get this nigga these draws. I was like,
That's the manipulation. You got emotionally invested.
That was the manipulation. And it happened with my baby daddy too. Because you know I gave that, remember I gave that nigga the wrong number?
Yes,
and he called it?
I did. You got emotionally
That be my problem. And you know what? It's probably a challenge for them. If they meet a girl and the girl kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So I could see in the sense with him, maybe I confuse his interest in liking me with more so of him, you know, you're a challenge. Oh, because maybe in his eyes, he that's not what he's accustomed of getting. He ain't custom of a girl giving him like the little cold shoulder. So now it's like, oh, you don't like me? Oh, I'm going to get this one. I'm going to get this bitch to like me. And then you did it, and while I'm thinking, oh, you really like me, you looking at it as a challenge. Now, once you done conquered, you kind of like, oh, I'm good. That's what it is. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ruth.
She did all the time.
Thank you. You helped me. But see, I want y'all to notice that before we leave. I want y'all to see that sometimes it's stuff we have to be realistic, and we gotta do a little more deep diving. No one wants to feel. No woman wants to feel like a nigga's not really interested in them. I think that's the biggest problem with us.
Ego.
I think we don't want to be that woman that a nigga ain't really into.
Just not into.
We don't want to be that that nigga just want to use for sex. We don't want to be the side chick. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We want to think that we are just this mesmerizing, I'm sprung in every nigga eyes, and that's not true.
You side chick ladies out there who acting happy, you just happy because you think you the main side chick.
And
you think you the only side chick.
And you not. I'm serious.
So you happy with some type of status. But yeah, I mean, it's we work differently on emotion. We really do. We do. Women put our feelings out there like that. Some men do. It's not a lot, but you know, we do.
And I feel like we gotta start being real with ourselves, because every nigga ain't gonna be into you. She's more laid back, reserved. You know what I'm saying? A little more soft spoken. I'm loud, country, and ghetto. And I already know. I don't give a fuck if a nigga look at me and the nigga was to be like, you know, she, you know what I'm saying, cute, she a cutie, she fine. Yeah, he might want to have sex with me, but that don't mean that nigga want to be with me, because people like, that bitch loud as fuck. She is ghetto, the bitch country. She get on my nerve. Why she answer the phone like that? Hello? Why she laugh like that? You know, so they might be like, I don't like that shit. And I think we need to understand it ain't for everybody. A nigga don't like that shit. It's not a nigga who likes that shit. I'm loud. Back in the day, I used to be extra because I used to be, what your name is, Bo? What's your name?
She was the one.
What's your name?
talking to people and running their damn mouth.
I was, and that made some guys might be like, oh my gosh, like who the fuck is this ghetto ass bitch?
Yeah, some of them was like that. And then some,
some thought it was funny and entertaining, nothing that they wanted to be serious with, but they thought, oh, okay, she a fun girl. And some of them would be like, I like her. You know what I'm saying? Which I feel like I don't know. I was about to say, which I feel like I would maybe work better with guys who are more laid back and quiet. But that's not true, because I met some quiet, laid back niggas who's like, bitch, you are too fucking much. You too much. You are too fucking much. So I don't know what it is at the end of the day. And it ain't for you to try to figure it out. It's just for you to understand that everybody you ain't every nigga cup of tea. I know we won't feel like we desirable to every nigga, but we ain't. And even with celebrities, yeah, niggas might be like, yeah, I even with the Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, niggas might be like, yeah, I get with Cardi, I get with Meg, and then when they get to know her or know either one of them, they be like, I mean, the bitch fine, but I can't. That bitch too. That bitch too loud. She too ghetto, or she's too simple. She only talk about one thing. She ain't deep. She ain't intellectual. So the whole point about it is, don't build yourself up thinking that you have to be desirable for every man. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be, and it's fine, because you don't like every nigga. You don't met niggas that may be attractive to you from the eye, but when you get to know them, you like, I'm good. Or they may have money, and you be like, but you get, I don't even want your money.
You be like, look how you walk. Look how you walk.
Oh, you be talking about how he breathe. No, like, you see how he breathe?
Watch how he walks in and sit down. Then look how he listen to how he breathe.
So, with that being said,
that noise he make after every sentence.
With that being said, I'm gonna need my women to practice self-love and love on themselves and feel good about themselves enough to know that just because you might not be a nigga cup of tea, don't mean that you still ain't the shit. Don't mean that you still not worthy. Everybody ain't for everybody. That's just what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, on that note, though, I think we can wrap it up. But let me ask you this, though. Have you ever been rejected by a man? You never been rejected?
I've never approached the guy, though.
No, not rejected in that sense either. Like, you ever been rejected in the sense, like, maybe a nigga asked for your number, but never called? Or, you know what I'm saying, y'all exchanged numbers and you called and they never called you back. Or, they talked to you one time and they ain't never speak to you again. Like...
I mean, I've had that happen.
You ever been like, well, what?
No, I never wondered about it. It was just like, I know I've given my number out before. He young, you give your number out. I don't recall any. I had times with guys that call. I don't think they call.
But you ain't.
This was back in the day.
But what did you care with?
Did I care? Did it ever make me question myself?
Yeah.
No.
I have been rejected, girl. I got some stories. I have been rejected, right? And it wasn't the fact that I was like, oh, nigga reject. It was how the nigga did it. I've been rejected to where a nigga be like, yeah, I'm you this, that, and the third. And exchange numbers, and I want to say, did they call me? And when I called them back, they blocked my number.
Maybe they was in a relationship, but that ain't for you to speculate on. But no,
that ain't for me to speculate on. No,
I mean, shit. If anything, I was the one that be at shit. This is back in the day when you could answer the phone, the house phone, and be like, "Oh, she's not home."
Oh, you would say that?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've done that.
And just be like when they catch you, because somebody bringing you the phone, they be like, "Oh, I called you earlier. That wasn't you." No, me and my sister sound just alike.
Have you ever gave someone your number, especially during the club, and then you like, okay, you talk to them, and then they be like, oh, I'm gonna come by and see you, or we gonna meet somewhere. And then when you see,
You like, ooh. Yes,
when you see him, and you be like,
you know
you
what?
sure you the same nigga? You sure you the same nigga I was talking? You the same nigga. You can't be the same nigga. No, ain't no way. And sometimes you question yourself, like, is it me, Lord? How did
I've done it. It was dark. You had the drinking glasses on.
I just want to ask because I just want to express. I know it's gonna be some women. I ain't never been rejected. That what you think? You thought you misplaced that nigga number?
Maybe I don't know. Nobody I thought twice about or anything like that.
Well, I say rejection not in the sense of like, if I don't want to talk to you, I want to know. I'm trying to think, has that ever happened to me? Where a nigga just be like, I don't want to talk to you. No, I don't want to talk to you. I think maybe a guy might have. If a guy has like spoke ill of me, it was never like in my face. It would probably have to be behind my back. Like maybe they was talking to somebody else about it, but I don't know. But I just say that to say that, for those women who have experienced being rejected, maybe they ain't call you back, maybe they gave you the wrong number, whatever the case may be.
Guess what? All they can say is no. That's what motto guys gotta go by when they're the approachers. Like all she could say is no. All the bitch could do is give me the wrong number.
Yeah.
I mean, hey.
It ain't the end of the world.
It's not.
Just holler at 10 guys, at least 2 of them.
There's somebody for everybody.
On that note, I don't drink all my drink, but we gonna we gonna clean, and make sure y'all check us out next time, and also make sure y'all go like the Instagram page Drinks and Discussion. Y'all go like the Facebook page Drinks and Discussion, and please join the group. Okay, and we will chow and speak with y'all next time.
We're gonna do some mukbang one day.
Oh, we are. We gonna do a mukbang. Yes.
I said, who funkin' with me? But I don't need no grit. Hey, don't need no grit.